Yeah, wow. We were saying this morning already. There were no warning signs except for the 17,000 warning signs.
Yes.
For all of them.
What was that? His uncle that said, "Oh, there were no. We didn't have any."
I have that audio if you want to hear
I'm
that.
like, wait, what? Oh, yes. No, let's hear from because this is like the same every time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is
Kind
his,
of quiet. I didn't notice anything about him.
this is his uncle.
And there was no signs of trouble. I saw no signs of trouble. And if I did see signs, I would say something. But there was no signs of trouble.
And
then if you want to skip to 5, the police sergeant, right?
In April of 2019, an individual contacted Highland Park Police Department a week after learning of Mr. Cremo attempting suicide. This was a delayed report, so Highland Park still responded to the residents a week later, spoke with Cremo, spoke with Cremo's parents, and the matter was being handled by mental health professionals at that time.
And then
Seems
there's
like a
this.
red flag.
There's
In
the
September of 2019, a family member reported that Cremo said he was going to kill everyone, and
flag.
Cremo had a collection of knives.
not a
red
warning
flag.
sign.
The police responded to his residence. The police removed 16 knives, a
Red
dagger,
flag.
and
Red
a
flag.
sword
Red
from
flag.
Cremo's home. At that time, there was no probable cause to arrest. There were no complaints that were signed by any of the victims. The Highland Park Police Department, however, did immediately notify the Illinois State Police of the incident.
How is this guy able to legally buy
Anything.
guns? That was like Acme cartoon. But what else was in it? Really?
Unfortunately, because the parents didn't press any charges or sign any statements or anything,
Yeah.
the red flag laws didn't kick in.
Did you see his mom's statement? Get off my lawn! That was...
In the most Chicago accent ever.
Right. Right. But I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Yes. Where was the right? I don't even have the whole list in front of me. What dagger, swords, this, that.
There were
mean,
6 knives, a dagger, and a sword.
and here we go. Ex-classmates are like, yes, he scared me, and his stuff on YouTube was so violent, and blah blah blah. We've got to figure out some better system.
He should have been committed a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same with all of these shooters. They're all over social media these days. That's different than when we were little. What? Okay.
It was just playground stuff then.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm surprised we didn't date more serial killers. There was no internet. We couldn't Google anybody. I was talking to a friend the other day.
As far as
about
you
all the
know,
dumb,
you didn't date any serial killers.
There you go.
we were talking about all the dumb we did when we were younger.
God, yeah.
How miraculous it is that we didn't end up dead.
I'm just
like,
glad there was
yeah.
no internet when I was in college. Just
Right.
putting it out there.
Okay.
Or ubiquitous cameras.
I mean, there are already enough incriminating Getty images of you.
Exactly.
Is there a Getty image of you backstage with Bruce Boxleitner? Getting it on with Bruce Boxleitner?
No. That rumor was completely unfounded.
The one time you were in the National Enquirer.
Yes, I was trying to thieve Bruce Boxleitner from
Melissa Gilbert.
his
Melissa
wife,
Gilbert.
yeah,
Yes.
at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I pissed off a little bitch on the prairie, apparently.
She's very
I never-
nice.
She is
I
very
never,
nice.
I'm just
She's
kidding. I
lovely.
never met her. That didn't happen. The whole thing they wrote
Was
didn't
Bruce
happen.
Boxleitner on your show?
Yes, that apparently we got in a huge cat fight backstage because I was flirting with Bruce. None of that happened. None of it happened. I've never met Melissa Gilbert. I'm sure she's lovely.
You should have her on now so you can have that fight
But you
now.
know, the one thing that's true, Chris, me, always been a giant man-eater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Husband thieving man-eater.
Oh,
That's
God,
me.
Yeah.
I think the National Enquirer missed something. They could have gotten a bigger story than you thieving Bruce Boxleitner.
I was going to say something and then I just edited myself.
Oh, come
It was
on.
about another very
Don't
famous person that peddled in that rumor about me that I was a husband thieving whore. And I was like, wow, you are missing
don't
the
drop
big
that
A
bomb
game.
and run.
No, I can't.
Come
I
on.
can't.
Come
You'll
on.
know, you'll know why after this. I can't.
Oh, God.
Man, now the rat in my
I
brain's
know.
running
I
around.
can tell you why later. I can't. Okay. I'm just saying. This giant, missed the giant G for gay on my forehead. Just oh,
The gaydar was not on.
yeah. It's like people accuse me of just wanting free birth control. I'm like, yes.
Yep.
Top on the list for middle-aged leses. Top of my shopping list. Okay. Oh, I apologize. This is not a snorting morning. What am I doing? I
don't know.
That's
You're like
inappropriate.
doubly useless. You've gone through the change and you're a lesbian.
Exactly.
What do you do with
Right,
that?
exactly.
I love when people call and ask us questions about birth control. I'm like, oh. Never did know, really. But is there still contraceptive foam? Are there? I don't even know what there is anymore.
I think so.
Are there IUDs still?
Yes.
Oh,
You would not know how to insert an IUD, would you?
You would not do
No.
that on your own. That is
that's
a
doctor
surgical thing.
See, I don't know either.
see, I would try to do it on my own.
Yeah.
Like if I suddenly at my age became a man husband thieving whore, I would be unable to because I would.
I
try
love
to
you asking me how to
I would try to
insert an
insert
IUD.
my old IUD.
No, it
Right.
goes in your. It
Yeah, and I'll just be like, see,
goes way up there.
Okay. Wow. Thanks for that information. Okay. All right. Anyway, God. It's just, and it's the same every single time, Jody. It's the same. There's always some misogyny, incel, something.
Yep.
Domestic violence, something weirdness. So they're saying it was after he broke up with his girlfriend that he turned. I don't know. When he turned 18, around the time he broke up with his girlfriend, his personality changed. One of his friends or ex-friends or whoever said there were a lot of red flags. Added another former classmate. Yeah. It's the right wing, by the way, calling him gay or trans yet since he
Wore a dress, yeah.
women's- which he did completely just to conceal himself to
Right,
escape
and the
from
guns too, I believe.
Yeah, that's why this is so, it's so terrifying. This whole, Vegas type thing from a rooftop, and then he put on women's clothes to escape through the crowd, and it's,
Laura Ingraham said, "Look at him. He's a pot smoker. He's got psychosis."
Okay, stop
She
blaming
blamed pot?
She
yeah,
blamed
stop.
Oh my God.
She
Okay,
blamed pot. Yes.
People that are stoned would take an hour and a half to
Yes.
load a gun.
Oh my God.
And then
Are you
forget.
kidding me?
It
They're
causes
so-
psychosis.
No, it doesn't.
They're so ridiculous
Yeah.
on the right. They just grasp with every shooting, Like, what was he just turned 22? This thing is saying
Wait, no,
21.
he's 21. They said he's going to turn 22 in September or something.
Right.
Okay.
So he
He's
just
21.
squeaked in.
Right.
Because they're like, I'll say, it's not 21 and other thing wouldn't have mattered. Actually, it would have, wouldn't it? No. Okay.
No.
It's the pot. It's the Mary Jane.
The last thing he'll be eligible for is renting a car at 25.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, because you can't do that. That'd be dangerous.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Can't rent a hotel room either.
No.
Right. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Yeah. They friend saying he was obsessed with her. The
Stalker.
ex-girlfriend. Yes. Every single one of these. Instead of therapy, he turned to drugs. He also had a strained relationship with his parents.
Shocking.
Police were notified, about that he threatened his life, and then former classmates said he scared me because of all the violent things he posted. His rap and lyrics were very violent, just kind of weird, and scared me. It's just, if anything, Jody, you were saying, isn't this what red flags laws should be for? Mm-hmm. How do all of these guys have this social media imprint that is terrifying?
Well, and how did they not commit him once he was an adult? His parents don't have the authority at that point, but the state does.
The ex-classmate said his YouTube stuff has always been like red flags and scary. He would rant about violent stuff on there. It's just, white guys between a certain age. I'm just saying we know a specific, I assume if we had Frank Laguzzi on, when the FBI profiles, it's like for a reason. Didn't you not know this before we even found him? You're like, let me guess. Angry, young white guy.
Yeah.
Right? Bingo. Ay, ay, ay.
And Tucker Carlson's blaming women.
Women? Why? Oh, really? And what?
It's our
Why?
fault.
Why?
Because of authority. We're
Women
the
that
first
smoke pot?
authority figures, and then we're telling our sons that they're overprivileged, and that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's referring to his son Buckley, or is there someone else that might have a frozen food? I don't know, fortune and
Yeah. Yeah, it's women's fault, and ladders
right.
and doors
Indoors. And according to
I'm
Laura
sorry.
Ingraham, pot.
and the pot.
Aren't they the ones that do the whole white male victimhood?
Yes.
Industrial
They are.
complex on
Yeah.
Fox News. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
They're
Yes,
perpetuating that.
But that's part of it. Yes, because these young what are these young white men so angry about? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you've historically had every advantage.
Exactly.
Right? It's these disaffected. It's because they buy this Fox Bolt replacement theory.
Yep.
Like, you're the victim. You're getting replaced. You're losing power. You got to go fix this. It's oh God. All right. I can't wait to talk to Malcolm Nance. What better timing for his book, They Want to Kill Americans, the malicious, terrorists, and deranged ideology of the Trump insurgency. Here we go. I don't think he likes being right about this stuff as much as he
No.
is. And
No, he does
yes,
not.
But okay. So, yeah, and the death count, of course, has gone up to 7 people in Highland Park. They believe he planned the attack several weeks in advance. Am I missing anything else here? Yeah, and God, we heard about this one. The 2-year-old,
Yeah.
both parents were
God.
killed. There's a fund that's raised, God
Does
bless,
he-
like $500,000 or something. But this toddler, this 2-year-old,
Reading
both
about
his
that
parents-
sent me into a depression yesterday.
Yeah.
It seriously did. It affected me.
Yeah.
Like more than anything else in any of these shootings has affected
Is
there
that
any
not the
family out there?
emblem? I mean, you saw this picture of this toddler, blood everywhere. Like, that's welcome to
Wandering around,
America.
Wandering around.
Yeah, freedom. There's your freedom, man.
And do we know that if the baby has any other relatives to
Yeah,
take?
his grandparents.
Okay,
His
at least-
strangers had to take care of him and find his grandparents.
At least he's
because
got them.
yeah,
But still, man.
because freedom, right? He's freedom now from having
Parents.
when
Yeah.
he grows up. So that's nice for him. Yeah. Okay. So right, this I don't know. Jody, I'm not a red flag expert, but when they found 16 knives,
Yeah.
a dagger, and a sword after the
It seems
previous suicide
problematic.
attempt, right? I'm just feel like maybe
Someone is telling me on
that guy shouldn't be able to get a gun. I don't know. That should be in some sort of red flag
Yeah.
system.
Someone is telling me on Twitter that Illinois' red flag law didn't go into effect until 2019, and so it wouldn't.
All that stuff happened.
Yeah,
then?
it's this. All of this happened before that. So
Joe tweets, a madman shooting a semi-automatic rifle from a rooftop at people watching a 4th of July parade sure is. It was not what the founding fathers had in mind.
No.
As Governor Pritzker said, they had muskets. This is just, we can't keep having this argument over and over again. These weapons of war were just never intended. And George Takei with a good point. He said, if foreign terrorists were shooting up
Yeah.
our schools, churches, groceries, and parades, the GOP would demand we bomb them back to the Stone
Yep.
Age.
Yep.
That it's homegrown terrorists with AR-15s means we get thoughts and prayers and more crap about mental illness and good guys with guns. There was a good guy with a gun about every, 6 feet?
Something like that.
At this parade?
Yeah.
Okay. So am I missing? Yes. Thank God for, this is the only thing that, it's still heartbreaking, Chris, but it gives you some hope for America that they've already raised $500,000 for this.
as a
Poor
toddler.
kid.
Yeah.
But this is what we have to do in America, have GoFundMe for, people
Well, we
who-
can't sue the gun industry.
whose
So.
relatives have been vaporized, right? What's that?
We can't sue the gun industry by law. so-
No. They're precious. You can't do that. Okay. Covered that already. Okay. Yeah, he fired. Oh, in 70 rounds. 70 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you know, just 70 rounds. That's how many, I don't know.
In a few minutes.
Right. Not even. I mean, the number is, I can't even remember what they said. Somebody had a sign with all the bullet holes in it, and in the time it took to read this, that's how many bullets you can fire from a, yeah. Okay, so have they called him trans or cross-dresser yet? Because
I haven't seen it yet.
By the way, this is like not just copycatting, Buffalo and whatever. Did you see like Lee Harvey Oswald left the rifle? So like he left the just like, and of course was on a rooftop.
Yeah. Did you see his disguise? The photo of his disguise?
No.
No.
He would stick out. It wasn't very good.
Really?
I'll show you.
It was
during
like
break.
Melanie Griffith in Stranger Among Us.
Yeah.
She pretended to be a Hasidic Jew.
Yeah. It
That wasn't a good disguise. No.
was not a good disguise. I'll show you the photo during the break.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, he was trying to.
Blend
First
in.
of all, can you not get a gun with that many facial tattoos? Didn't he have something
Oh,
tattooed
he's everywhere.
Didn't
Well,
he have AK-47 something tattooed on his face?
He wore a lot of makeup to cover all the tattoos on his face.
Right, but that's what they're saying. He was also trying to conceal his tattoos,
Yeah.
etc. Okay. Well, I guess the only good news.
Oh, it's a
of
whole
people.
panoply.
An Atlanta area grand jury investigating Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia has subpoenaed a handful of key Trump allies, including Rudy Giuliani and Lindsey Graham, also including John Eastman, Jenna Ellis, Cleo Mitchell, and Kenneth Chesborough. Come on down. You get a subpoena. You get a subpoena.
It's going to be fun.
Lindsay, what degree of vapor would you say we're at? Is the vapors turned up to 11?
11 billion.